haven't found the complete bottles yet, but I know what this is. This is old stoneware. I believe these were big, I think, seltzer or water containers, and there might be another piece lodged in right here. Yep. And you can see this stuff is coming out, but it's going to be hard to find anything that's intact. That's old. Well, as I was scooping into a nice big chunk here, I was about to lift it up. I mean, besides the fact that there's something brass sitting right here, that's nothing. I looked a little bit up, and look what just showed itself from the overnight tide. That is, as I believe, a really old pocket knife. How cool is that? Got wood on the sides. Usually the knives rust away, but every once in a while we can get a maker's emblem on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to on this one, but it's good enough to take home. It's an interesting little broken piece of pottery. Haven't seen that design. Look at the pretty color of this thing. Now I find these kind of glass rods or whatever this is, porcelain, a lot in white, yellow, never in kind of this really cool green. I'm wondering if this has any uranium in it and it will glow. Now I am sitting out here in a semi-rainstorm, but it feels great because it was hot out. I don't particularly like the thundering in the background, but I'm pretty sure it's not coming here. Now, I just pulled up this bottle this way, and I went, rats, it's just a slick twist off, probably 40s or 50s. But when I turned it over, I even felt with my fingers some embossing. I had already wiped the mud off, but as you can see, that is a guy carrying a big fish. It almost looks like a muskellunge. So I'm going to say this might be Canadian or very northern USA. That looks like a tiger muskie. There's a big old fish. Look at this thing. That turned a basic amber bottle into an awesome, awesome bottle. Nice job. That's the first brass handle I found like this. I think I'm looking at a pretty cool looking intact perfume. Very thin, narrow, and it even has the lid on it. Yeah, look at that. I love that piece. Cool, I'm hoping there's more in here. I promise you, it's clear skies right there. Not over there. Now this is what I'm talking about. I got a little mini cork top, and I believe I have a taller version of this one at home. What a great little perfume bottle. This has got to date back to the probably early 20s. I was hoping for a couple more of these, and I got it. Battery core. Yeah, the sun's starting to come out. So we're gonna get one more scoop in. Sun's coming up. We just pulled a key. Now, normally, I would not have given this piece of brass a second look, but when I turned it over, there were 2 pin marks. So this may actually be something. I can't really tell what it is right now, but that certainly might be the shape of maybe a ship or something. Not so sure. Breakfast. And there's their meal. The thrift store scratch off challenge. We purchased $40 worth of wonderful things at the thrift store and purchased $40 worth of scratch offs. By the end of the day, which will have more value? The first purchase, which could very well be my favorite, is this luchador Mexican wrestler bottle opener. How cool is he? Now, it's never been used, priced at $2.99. I believe I already saw him at a whopping $9.99. Here's one of those impulsive buys. I thought this guy would look cool in my little relic room on the wall, and I can display some finds on top of him, but how I would ever figure out a value on this, I didn't even bother to look him up yet. He is $3.99. I think he's pretty cool looking. I want to say kind of an Egyptian maybe, or an Indian motif, but I'm curious because it doesn't look like the table part is actually even. So we'll see when I put it up there. This was a great steal for $1.49. It's a glass bottle, just used. They threw some flowers in it as decor, but it is actually a small dairy half pint from Springfield Dairies Incorporated. So I'm going to check out the value of this, priced as a vintage half pint milk bottle. This piece got me with the eagle on it, but it's an imitation, really no value. I absolutely love this glass sculpture of a trout. It had absolutely no cracks or chips in it at all. It was in perfect shape. Similar pieces sold for between $25 and $35. And although this is rare, $40 worth of scratch-offs turned into $0. No winners. So the next time I have to decide between scratch-offs and the thrift store, I'm heading to the thrift store. A couple interesting things starting to pop out here. As you can see again, this gets hit by the water a lot. I'm not sure what this little doohickey is, but it's green. It's brass, so I'll keep that. A nail coming out here. Some copper wire. This is why I don't like my gloves, although they protect my hands. It says the bottom of a light bulb, maybe? Yep. See anything that I'm missing? Muscles? That was funny. Well, I'm wondering if I just found a figurine again. Just saw the outer edge of something here. I don't know. No, no, yes, no, and no. Light bulb. Sure looked like one. You just never know what's gonna pop out. I just pulled this big chunk right out of here, and look who decided to show up. Old Blue. Sitting behind that thing, waiting for me to pull it off. Now, I know I say this every time I find a new marble, and it's gonna start to sound redundant, but that's a great color. And I don't really care what it sounds like. Look at that. Awesome. As I zoom into this marble with closer inspection, you can see that there are definitely some bubbles inside this glass. I'm not a marble expert, but I'm pretty sure that means it's a little on the older side. Well, I'll take these little guys all day long. Are you wondering, or I should say wishing just as much as I am that this thing was intact? Ouch. Well, had some heartbreakers out of this mess. But I did manage to pull out one cool, I'm gonna say it's either perfume or cologne. Love my drinking glasses. Even the simple ones. Right out of there. Now you would easily mistake this piece for just a broken piece of cobalt blue off a bottle. But it says Germany right there, and that is not a broken piece. I'm not sure what it is. But I like it. Look at that thing. Very cool. Can't help but think about doing a still life drawing of this picture right here. There's just something about the shapes and the colors that go well together. Put the signal back down on the ground. It is a ring, but it really came up crazy numbers. 23 should show silver, but then it comes down to 3 and 4. I almost didn't even pick this up because it was so jumpy. But it is, at first glance, a silver ring, and it's inscripted Diana and Charles. How old can this be? It's an interesting ring. It's got a lot of design of hearts on the inside, but more plain on the outside. How cool is that? Diana and Charles. Huh, I was not expecting this. Okay, looking at this ring again and further inspecting it, it does say Diana and Charles on it twice. And I'd be lying if a small part of me was wondering, could this be Lady Diana's ring? Slim chance. It has a BGE 925 marking on the back, which is the Bradford Exchange, which is more of a vintage ring, so it has some history to it. I'm trying to find out. There's the BGE 925. Might be upside down. It is. But as you can see, looking inside of that, there are some beautiful heart arrangements inside the ring. So as you can see, there are some tiny diamond chips in here. They're in groups of 3. 2 groups of 3 on the top part of the band, 2 groups of 3 on the bottom part of the band. They're tiny, and I'm going to try to get a test on them with my diamond tester. Now this thing actually has a setting for a carat that would be this small, and it's to move our little setting to number 6. And then it's pretty simple from here. I'm going to try to focus in on one of these diamonds and get the pinpointer on it. And you can see if it hits the silver, it's not really going to do much. But if this is a real diamond chip, it's going to go to the red. Can you see that? So let's just make sure that one of the other ones are also real diamonds. Get it on there correctly. This one's kind of tough to see. Yep, so that one tested. Also, I'll do the third one on this lower rung. I mean, they are tiny. And you can see they all test positive. So there are 12 of them in total, 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. Unfortunately today, even though I have my digger and it's late in the afternoon, it's still so hot out, you can't do a lot of digging. I would dehydrate in seconds if I did some of the heavy digging that I usually do. So maybe some spot digging and some spot looking. Like for instance, I know I just picked up a old shaver right here. Broken at the bottom, but I don't usually have this piece so intact. I'm not sure if it's gonna clean up at all, but I'll take it home. Just pulled out this very cool looking glass bottle. Might have a patent date underneath, but I love the design on that. I love the shape of it. There's probably a sticker there at one point. Maybe 1930s. It's a twist off, of course. But a very cool looking bottle, which I think I have a bigger version of this without the speckledness on this. Just look at how this little bugger showed up. Right on top of my scoop. I didn't lift it up yet. And I'm pretty sure this is something because it's that white figurine material. And it's broken. They look like, oh, look at you. Bunny rabbit head. Where's the rest of your body? Guess what? You're coming home. Another interesting shaped bottle. Might be an ink. Twist off. Keepable.